Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for attending this session.
Tentative is not an option when bigger opportunities are in your sights. You have to be all in life, in business. In essence, it separates those who instinctively know how to reach their goals. Committing to secure digital transformation is that path to all in. And to embrace all its benefits, it takes a kind of blind faith, really. An inherent trust in the data that drives business forward. Whether it's in your data center or in the cloud, you need to be able to trust who it's from, where it goes, how it's used. Every minute of every day, across the globe, across devices, processes, and platforms. With over 40 years' experience securing the world's most sensitive information, Thales eSecurity's advanced encryption and comprehensive data security platform has what it takes to create that trust your business needs. Trust that breeds confidence to innovate with abandon and manifest success, without missed opportunity filling the gap opened by uncertainty. This is how you fully realize the benefits of an efficient, effective, and complete digital transformation. Because we protect it all, your entire data landscape, wherever information is created, shared, or stored. So your business can, in turn, provide services to your customers with that same level of trust. And powerful things happen when customers share that confidence in your business. Thales eSecurity, delivering the data trust you need to embrace business full on and all in.
Thales is a fairly large company, and the video clip you just saw now is based on a very small component of that very large company, which, as you can see, is like 65,000 employees, and it generates about 15 billion euros in revenue. Next slide, please. Now, Thales eSecurity is more concerned about security, and as you can see from the slide, in the past 2 years, the number of data breaches have actually increased. And you'll see that companies that had their first breach between 2016 and 2017 has gone up by at least 5%. Companies that has actually had previous data breaches have also seen an increase, and they went from like 61 to 68%. So you can see that even though it's a small increase, there is still an increase in cyber attacks. And overall, you can see that even though companies are spending a lot of money on trying to protect data, it's not really stopping cyber attacks. Next slide, please. As Thales eSecurity, we are fortunate enough to be able to provide, or have provided to companies, and specifically in the payments arena for more than 40 years, solutions to protect their data. And when I talk about that, I'm talking payment-related transaction security and so forth. We also supply security solutions to 19 of the largest banks out of 20 in the world. We also do security for 4 out of the 5 largest energy companies. We do 80% of the world's point of sales transactions. We secure those, we authenticate those. And the products that we create are all FIPS or Common Criteria certified. So it gives you the ability to trust that the product will do what it does because it's been independently verified by some organization like NIST in the case of FIPS. We also have partnerships with vendors like what you'll see up here, ACI, and amongst those others, switch vendors, payment providers. We have private partnerships with providers that actually build new systems, innovators of new payment technologies, and we refer to those typically as ASAP partners. And that all falls within that 130 plus partnerships. Next slide, please. As Thales eSecurity, we build secure systems. That is what it's about. We use cryptography to achieve the highest level of security you possibly can in order to protect your data, because data breaches is not a case of when, sorry, if rather. It's more a case of when they do happen, okay? You want to make sure that that sensitive data is not accessible to whoever took it. We also make sure that our products comply to whatever industry regulation needs to be complied with. For instance, PCI DSS, which is the payment card industry's regulation and standard that they use, as well as things like HIPAA, SOX, and so forth for the different industries. You'll see that we build systems around digital identities, for instance, electronic passports, electronic national IDs. We also secure mobile payments, whether those are for Samsung Pay. In the back end, Samsung uses the Thales hardware security modules to do the encryption for some of the transactions. The same happens with Apple Pay. We also inject keys not only into passports as such or into cards for transactions, but we also do the injection of keys into devices like smart metering devices and securing that communication. Beyond that, we also do a lot of things around IoT, so the smart cars and so forth, securing communication there and making sure that people cannot manipulate the installed software on the car by being able to digitally sign those components. Next slide, please. And then last but not least, we also do security when it comes to things like blockchain and specifically cryptocurrencies. As you know, most cryptocurrencies that have suffered any kind of breaches have mostly been due to the fact that the wallets weren't secured properly because the keys were not stored in a secure hardware module, but rather in software. And take a guess, how much money was traded in the last 24 hours on cryptocurrencies? Oh, anybody want to take a guess? I'll help you out here. $4.5 billion traded. The market cap is 150 billion. So for some reason, there seems to be money in cryptocurrencies. Because as of today, there exist over 1,000 cryptocurrencies, individual cryptocurrencies. So whether we want to acknowledge cryptocurrencies as being the next big thing or just a hype, it's a reality that it is here right now. But most importantly, if you want to play and be part of that hype cycle or whatever it is, you need to make sure you're secure by securing the wallets with hardware security modules. Next slide, please. Beyond the hardware security modules, we actually provide a data security platform, and we touch every single piece of data, whether it is structured, unstructured payment data, or you just want to tokenize a piece of personal information. Irrespective of any of those, our platform gives you the ability to do the centralized, as well as being able to report on how people touch that data and for what purposes. And further to that, we also then control the authentication of people, applications, and processes that have access to data. Next slide, please. So in essence, what we'd like to say is keep your data safe by using encryption and authentication. This is the picture of our partner, INTERSWITCH. We've been in a partnership for like 15 years, and we continue to support them and our customers via them. Thank you very much.